What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Ness. Welcome to Fly School, episode 5. Sorry it took a little bit to get this one done. I've been caught up. Like I know I do the music thing, so I've been producing and doing a lot of content. And I've been working lately on my clothing line. I'm having issues with manufacturing now with all the wars going on in the world now. Getting my stuff out of China and different places has been a mission. But that's just how it is. I notice in life, it's like you got to take like 10 steps back before you take one step forward. But the thing is, that's why they keep saying, man, the secret to everything is that you can't give up, right? It's the one thing that proves scientifically that you're going to be successful is your grit. Anybody that has grit, it's not motivation, because motivation comes and goes. Motivation is it's like so you start every day, you know what I'm saying, with a certain amount of willpower, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, imagine a glass of water. It's just willpower. You get up, by the time you eat breakfast, you make decisions to what you're gonna wear, what you're gonna eat. It starts draining and draining. Dealing with your kids in the morning, drain, dropping them off, drain. That's why by the time 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock comes, you're already, worn out. And that's why sometimes you don't, like, if you gotta go to court, you don't want to go to court after 12, because most of the time you either getting found guilty or you're getting postponed. Or it's not going to go your well, because either the judge is tired, or by then worn out with all the cases, the willpower shit is low, and decisions become, you usually resort to like default, remaining or whatever. Or even the doctors, you don't want to go to doctors after 12, because by then they're tired, and usually you're going to get hit with this, the common diagnose, the easy default, just because he doesn't want to think he's already tired by then. Or, it hit you with like come back type of thing. But anyway, by the end of the day, by a certain amount of time, you're already drained. You know what I mean? Your willpower is gone. So that ain't gonna more keep you going through your dreams. You gotta have grit. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta have grit, and you have to have patience, because those are the one thing that's gonna get you to the boring parts. Motivation don't last. That's like what you see everybody in New Year's. Look, where were we in July, right? Yeah, I'm second week of July, and I remember my gym by the beginning of the year was packed as hell. Now they're all gone. Now it's just the regulars that we always see there, but all the motivation is gone for everybody. So that's why you can't go based on motivation. You got to create a habit and do it little by little, and then have grit. Because the boring days, the days that you don't want to do it, the days that you have to push through obstacles, is where grit comes in, and that's what's going to take you to the other side. But yeah, so that's that. Um, it's another thing I noticed when issues pop up. Nobody's coming to save you, man. Nobody comes to save you. You got to figure it out. It's your closest, like, you got your wifey, or you got some tight partners with you that are your homies, or your real ride or dies, and they help you push forward. Yeah, but you ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody gonna come give you a hand until you're worth something. When you're worth something, everybody wants to help you. Everybody wants to be part of it. Everybody wants to, enjoy the success that you work so hard for by self to get. So that's that, man. Yeah, man. So that's where we at with it. Uh, I'm building my clothing brand step by step. It's a little bit harder than I anticipated, but we're gonna get it there. But yeah, man. Another thing too. I wanted to talk about was people's energies, man. People's energies. We have to learn to be present. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes we so caught up in the way we are, we're just flowing. In other words, we're performing. Because everything we do is we want people to, we try to dictate what people think of us. You know what I'm saying? When you see somebody in the streets, don't look at what they're telling you. Look at them and be like, what does this person want me to think about them? Because that's what matters to us. Believe it or not, as sad as that sounds, that's how we are. We're social creatures, and people's opinions about us do matter. I mean, you could get 1,000 positive comments on your post, but one negative one, and that shit hits you like a ton of bricks, bro. You start questioning your existence. You start questioning everything. Shit gets crazy. So that's how we are. We do care about, what people think about us. So we're caught up in the dance. We're doing our little dance. What's up, yo? I'm next. Oh, what you're into? I'm into this. Oh, and we right away we want to be, yo, we'll help you. Oh yeah, I got you. Call me. And we want to be so helpful. We want to be so liked that sometimes we don't even see what's going on, how we being manipulated, how we being tricked, or how they truly feel about us. Right? I had a couple of friends, actually two close friends of mine, that really really did this to me. There was one, I ain't gonna say no name. I mean, I think we cool now. As you grow older, you tend to forgive people, but especially since they can't harm you anymore. You're not eating with them or anything. But there was this dude I called my ally, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And we used to, when we had wifeys, the wifeys would come around, everybody get together, we'd do barbecue, we'd raise the kids together. But this dude never bring his girlfriend around me. You know what I'm saying? She would drop him in front of my house. He would be out on my barbecue by himself, and I was like, "Yo, what's going on, man?" You know, yo, what's up? Why you ain't bringing your shorty around? Oh, no, no, she busy, this and that. So whatever. I had a big ass fallout with him for worse shit later on. So once a snake, always a snake. But I bump into the girl in the club years later, and I'm promoting the club. And she's like, "Yo, what's up? This and that." I say, "Hey, what up, man?" And she's like, "Yeah, man, I wanted to talk to you. I never got to really meet with you, connect with you guys, because your boy didn't let me." And I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, man." And she's like, "I used to throw barbecues in my house, and I used to invite y'all over. You and wifey, and y'all to come over, and y'all never came. And I'm like, "Really?" "Yeah." And then I asked him one day, like, "Yo, why they ain't coming?" He's like, "I ain't tell her." And she goes, "But why?" He goes, "Because he steals." He said, "Ned steals." And that motherfucker went and told her that I steal, just to keep me away from, like, her meeting me, which is crazy. First of all, didn't he trust me? I mean, I never shitted on nobody like that. So I welcome him around my family, my kids, my life. So what was that about? The whole time he's been intimidated by me or something. Well, I don't know why, but he told her I used to steal. That's why he didn't want me going to her house. And I used to be like, "Oh shit, no wonder I never got invited to his barbecues. Like, this motherfucker crazy." And guess what? Me and that girl and my family became tight for years. Went to her wedding, everything. And she used to always say, like, "Damn, y'all so cool. I never, he really was a snake." That was one. Another one that was my homie, my dog. Like, um, I got him a job at a job site that I was working on when I used to do construction. And he I was really tight with the boss at that time. I was young. I was enjoying the money. I was working hard. I wanted to prove myself. I'm the type of dude that when I work for you, or if I when I'm locked in, I'm locked in. So I was always on time. He gave me a little management position, so I was handling the boys. I was controlling everything. Pause. I was making sure the job site runs right. So the boss started changing with me, man, and he started getting cool with the boss. The thing was, I didn't know was the boss had a coke problem, and he would be bringing him coke on the side. So he became real tight. So I started seeing the favoritism, like he wasn't doing the work. He started now thinking, and the boss started changing with me. And I started like, "Yo, why he changing with me? Why he changing with me?" So then it started. He got another boy that just came home from prison, the job. He was trying to get him the job. So the position only had my position and whatever it is. So he came for me. So he started telling the boss, "Oh, he hating on this guy." And he was talking mad shit about. So I didn't even know what was going on. The boss started changing with me, started acting different, cutting my hours. I would see them giggling. He would come and pick up my homeboy from the job site and take him with him, and he'll go eat lunch. And I'm like, "Damn, I'm busting my ass to be in this position." That's why I hate working for people. Because look at how quick, you know what I'm saying? You go from being to come up to nothing. Anyway, so the boss started changing on me, acting all funny with me and shit. And all the whole time, I bumped into the boss years later, and he's like, "Yo, your man's told me this." He used to tell me that you used to steal hours, that you used to do this, that you used to be lazy, that you know, basically putting me down to get his homeboy, in and to shit on me. And this whole time, I'm thinking he's my brother. And that's another thing when it comes to social skills. You better have social skills and understand how humans is. Because look, I'm busting my ass for this dude, for the company, and so I can make him money. You know what I'm saying? And being loyal and being on time. At the same time, he's showing preference to somebody that's selling him coke and is, entertaining him and shit. So that's how the world is. But yeah, so that's my lesson. Make sure to check the temperature, man. Keep an eye, keep your little antennas out, man, and see what people really feel about you. Because you be thinking it's your homeboy or your homegirl, and the whole time she's just plotting on you and just taking every opportunity. Like, I mean, goddamn, he went and homeboy told his girl that I steal. Like, that's crazy. He went to that far to keep me away from meeting her. And at the end of the day, she became a homegirl to me and my family. what was to her wedding. He wasn't there, and then during the years, I found out other girls the same way I found other girls that said the same thing that he used to do. Like any girl he got with, he kept them away from me, which is fucking crazy because I've shown nothing but loyalty. But that's just human nature, man. So that's today's lesson. Make sure you're checking the temperature all the time. Make sure you're feeling everything out real good. And like I said, we get caught up in that we try to be good friends. We have codes, we have morals, and we need to have codes. We have to have morals. We need to have principles because that's what separates us from the animals. You know what I'm saying? We have to stand for something. Nowadays, nobody stands for nothing, bro. Nobody. And it's like, I have this old school way of being as my wiring where I'm just loyal. And I've been loyal to a lot of fake motherfuckers. And I was thinking the other day too, like I saw this post where it said, yo, send this to your brother that's always been there for you when you need it. And I look back and like the last time I had a brother that did something for me, he died, my brother Mike. Everybody else is just, I've been the one helping them. I've been the one plugging them in. A lot of them got wives because of me, because I introduced them. A lot of them got jobs. A lot of them will shine because of me. A lot of them got their whole style because of me. You know what I'm saying? And nobody helped me out. When I fell, when everything fell out, even when I stopped music, they disappeared. When the shine is gone, they disappear. When you need them the most, they disappear. When my daughter was sick, they wasn't around. Like, and I said, damn, I really don't got person like that because that's what happens to people like me that are givers, that we give and we do for people. We kind of get them used to not doing for us. And it's a fucked up way to be. But would I change? I don't think so, man. It just feels too good for me to be a person with principles and morals and codes. All right. So that's today's lesson. Yo, this is Fly School. I'm gonna keep doing these more and more. I'm gonna get it on rotation, but with the music and everything else and regular life, and it's this is what it is. This is why a lot of people start podcasts and they don't make it because that's what one of my homeboys say. He said, he goes, you ain't got to be good at doing podcasting. You just got to last. He said the first 6 months out of like 10,000 people that open up podcasts, only like 1% remain after 6 months because it's so hard to maintain it. And as you grow, it becomes more like demanding. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm just microphone freestyling this. But like I said in the last episode, I got to start writing shit down and adjusting. But we're going to adjust together, right? We're learning together. So you follow me in this journey, you stick with me, and we're gonna pass down this knowledge, this wisdom from this OG. All right, you know what I mean? Y'all call me Unc Ness. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Anyway, I love y'all, man. Your boy and Smooth Fellas, Big Mike forever, man. Remember what I said, grit and check the temperature, man. Make sure you stay checking the temperature. Look around. Any device feel off, the energy feels off, cut it off. All right, your boy Ness, Fly School.